Hello dear viewers, welcome back to our channel where we uncover curious facts and exclusive details about your favorite celebrities. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated. There's a question that still stirs controversy. Why is there so much resistance to a possible relationship between Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir? This isn't just about producers or contracts, it's about something deeper, public opinion. This isn't just about producers or contracts, it's about something deeper, public opinion. Whenever their names appear together, even in an old photo or interview, tension rises. Some still dream of them as a couple, while others react with distrust, as if that explosive chemistry they showed on screen had to stay locked in fiction. They've gone separate ways, but somehow their names always cross paths again. Can, with his magnetic presence, and Demet with her radiant charm, formed an unforgettable duo. Yet this real connection seems to disturb those who want to control their idols' lives like fictional characters. Many fans expect them to follow a script, love the right person, separate without drama, follow precise rules. But Can and Demet constantly break free from that control. Maybe it's this freedom that causes discomfort. Since working together, rumors never stopped. And although they've stayed discreet, small gestures, glances, and spontaneous laughs reveal a connection too real to fake. Behind the public disapproval are hidden fears that a relationship might harm their careers or one might outshine the other. Yet both have shown that their talent stands on its own. What happens behind the scenes belongs only to them. And maybe that's what bothers some viewers, that something so real escapes public control. Over time, they've taken on new projects, yet the other's name keeps reappearing like a gentle shadow of what once was. This persistence proves that some bonds surpass contracts and trends. On social media, emotions intensify. Some passionately defend the relationship, others attack it. But what Can and Demet lived, or are still living, doesn't need approval, only respect. Perhaps the real issue is their chemistry was so authentic that many couldn't separate fiction from reality. But real life doesn't always follow our desires or expectations. What matters is honoring what they shared without forcing an ending. Because real love, like art, isn't always logical, but it is always felt. And maybe the most mature thing to do is let life flow, respect their journey, and accept the beauty of its impermanence. Let's celebrate what Can and Demet gave us without demanding more of what only belonged to them. Because what truly lasts is that unforgettable spark, even if they're now apart. Demet Özdemir isn't just another actress. There's a depth in her that's often overlooked. It's not just about fame or beauty. What defines her is her ability to stay standing when everything around her seems to shake. She's faced criticism, endless questions. And yet there she is, calm, strong, and still shining. Some accuse her of being unclear, of avoiding the core of issues. But why should she explain herself? To whom does she owe her feelings, choices, or silences? Sometimes staying silent is a way to protect what still hurts. Instead of demanding answers, we should respect her boundaries. They say her words are empty. But I think Demet speaks from a more intimate, complex place, where not everything is black or white. Her words aren't confusing, they're emotionally honest. Some truths don't need to be shouted, they need to be felt. And Demet expresses more with one look than others do in 1,000 statements. Her past with Can remains the subject of constant speculation. Who left whom? Who cares? What matters is how she moved on. She didn't play into media gossip. She chose to focus on growth, peace, and her projects. That to me is worth more than any public explanation. I've seen comments like, too many words, nothing clear. But must everything be logical? Maybe Demet speaks from an emotional place many have forgotten. Not everything can be broken down into facts and timelines. Some moments are simply felt, and she knows that well. Women who prioritize themselves are often misunderstood, called cold, calculating. But Demet has learned to resist. She built a shield not to hide, but not to be broken. And that silent strength may be her greatest lesson. It touched me to see messages wishing her happiness. Beyond the fame or her past with Can, many just want to see her at peace. That she finds her path, far from noise, empty rumors, and absurd expectations. Demet isn't made to please everyone, and that's her greatest freedom. She walks forward firm, without needing to explain, without yielding to expectations. In a world where everything is exposed, she chose to keep parts of herself, and that's brave. Because her story isn't comfortable, it's real. And that's where its beauty lies, showing us you don't need to explain everything to be authentic. Demet has faced double judgment, those who can't accept seeing her alone and those who criticize any new relationship, as if for some her worth depends on who stands beside her. Yet I admire her precisely for this. She's proven she is much more than someone's ex. She's a talented actress, a respected professional, and above all, a woman who won't be broken by the media's noise. While some play fortune tellers or read tarot cards about vacations with Can, everyone invents their own tale. But only she knows the truth in her heart. As someone commented, The truth is locked away. Time will reveal everything. That's why, from my humble place, I simply say this: Demet deserves respect. She deserves to be valued for her talent, her work, and her strength in facing media storms. She deserves happiness, whether with someone or even on her own, if she chooses. In a world where lies sell better than truth, where many prefer inventing stories over respecting silences, I choose what matters. Demet is a strong woman who keeps moving forward, falls and rises, loves, dreams, and above all, has preserved her essence. And that nowadays is true strength. I often wonder how many times she has had to hold back her words, choosing silence where others would react impulsively. That silence is not weakness, it's mastery. It's the power of someone who knows her value lies in her inner peace. As one follower aptly said, "What must happen will happen. Time will decide." And this seems to be the lesson Demet has learned.